It's an honor for me to be here. I represent Kamakuma Law, Church of the Living God in Kalihi, and I'm the kahu. It's an honor for me to be here because in these past years, all our kupunas that have part in here haven't participated. And I said to myself, I am the new kahu, and I'm going to participate into this because this is ours. Our kupuna have got this for us. And now that I'm the kahu, I want to make participation in this. If everybody could stand up, please, sing our doxology song. E aloha o Yesu, I ke kili no, no na no ka poli no na vau ka poki nei. Keiki aloha, keiki aloha, keiki aloha, he aloha o Yesu. Pulika ko, e koma I loko ka lani, e hoano ia ko e noa, e hiki mai ko aupuni, e malama ia ko make maka hono nei. E li I me ia I malama ia makalani la, e hawe mai ia mako I ki e la, e aina mako no nei ia la, e kalamai ho ia mako I ka mako lawe hala ana, me mako I kala nei ka poe lawe hala I ka mako. Mai ho ku o ia mako I ka ho vale ia mai, e ho pekele no nei ia mako I ka ino, no ka mea, no ke aupuni. A me ka mana, a me ka honani I maulo ako. Amene. Mahalo. God bless all of you. You may be seated.
I take it as a good sign that the Makani just came in full blast to announce my coming here. On behalf of the Uluhaimalama Cemetery Association, as well as Halau Kiawekiu, we welcome you here to this very special event of our Queen, and in honor of her and her legacy, that we can be strong and that we can persevere against all odds to continue our work, not just as Hawaiians, but Hawaiians at heart, and that we take with us all of the kuleana that comes with caring for our land. It is with humble that I stand here in front of all of you, because I know the sweat equity that went into helping to restore the cemetery to its position that it is right now. But the rich history that is Uluhaimalama, you can read in your brochure that we handed out to everyone. It gives a history, so I will not go into that tonight. But on a night such as this, they came in pairs to plant all the flowers for our Queen. And when dawn came, this whole landscape was filled with her garden. And that is a thought that I would like for you to have for the rest of this evening. Aloha.
Thank you, ladies. Clap for them. Go for it. Can I ask Mr. Ben Henderson, CEO of QLCC, to come up and say a few words, please?
Mahalo, Vito. Aloha nui kako. You know, when you get older, you need either 3 hands or glasses or somebody to kako you, but I'm going to do my best tonight. Here we go. Mahalo. It's an honor for me to be here with all of you to celebrate the 120th anniversary of Uluhaimalama. I have been asked to say a few words about our Queen and about the work that we do at the Children's Center. There are many in our audience this evening that are scholars and historians and probably know much more about the history of our Queen than I do, but I think I'm qualified to at least share a little bit about what our trust does, and in particular the work of our Children's Center. Like all of our ali'i, they took different paths to come back and support and their communities. For our Queen, it was through her keiki, through our children. Although she had no children of her own, she had a great love for our keiki. She, I think, was very concerned about their conditions, particularly at the time when she lived, and not only the political turmoil that was going on, but the impact of the introduction of foreign diseases and other things. After the overthrow of her government, she spent many years and probably most of her resources trying to get her government reinstated. And as we all know, that was not successful. But in her later years, I think she contemplated what she could do in terms of her legacy and in terms of giving back to the people, our Hawaiian people that she loved so much. And so she created a deed of trust that provided that all of the proceeds from her estate be used to support orphan, and then later she amended it to also include destitute children of Hawaii, with preference to be given to those of pure or part Aboriginal blood. Excuse me. As a result of that, the Queen Liliuokalani Trust was formed. The Queen Liliuokalani Children's Center has become the program part of that trust that delivers the services to our families. We are an agency that is much involved in bringing our families together and trying to keep them together, and we think that that's very important. We have three primary clients that we serve: children who are either half or full orphans, children that are living in families that have a terminally ill parent in them, and families that are being supported by what we call ohana caregivers. And unfortunately, for many of our families, we find that our kupuna are very much involved in raising their mo'opuna, because either the parents of these kids have passed on, or for whatever reasons they have their own challenges in their lives and they're not able to properly care for them. So we do a lot of work with our kupuna and helping to support them as well. And this is not work that we do alone. I mean, we work with the other Ali'i Trusts. We work with many community partners and other organizations to support our keiki and their family. I'm proud of the work we do. When people ask me what I do, I tell them that basically I try and stay out of the way and allow our dedicated staff to do the good work that they do. I'm proud to share with you that through the work of the Queen Liliuokalani Trust and the Queen Liliuokalani Children's Center, over the many years that we've been in operation, we have been able to support and serve literally thousands of Hawaiian children and their families, and we're very proud of that. Our centers throughout the islands are what we call, we refer to them as pu'uhonua. There are places where our children and our families can come. It's a safe place for them. It's a place where they can be nurtured and a place where they can receive services. And we do all of this through the generosity and vision of our Queen. She, through her vision and the creation of her trust, allow us to deliver these services and to support our families without having to seek outside funding from the state or federal governments or from private donations. All the revenue that we receive from the use of her lands goes to support the work of the Children's Center. And so we're very proud of that. So just as the Queen gifted these lands here to her Hawaiian people at Uluhaimalama, her gift of her lands and her trust to support our children is something that we're very proud of. We are honored to do her work, and we are honored to carry on her legacy. Eone pa'a kako, aloha.
Aloha. We take you to our Queen's Garden in Waikiki called Pa'o Kalani.
Gentle breeze upon my name. Oh, ali ali my sweet, never fading flower. The blue Thank you, ladies.
Aloha kako. I'm going to do something I'm not used to doing and haven't done since high school, and that is to give a formal speech. Usually I wing it, but with the people that are here in attendance, I thought I would sit down and write this. So bear with me. And this time it's done on an iPad, not like paper, right? The beautiful song that was danced by our ladies was a mele entitled Ku'upua I Paua Kalani, written by Queen Liliuokalani in 1895 after the establishment of Uluhaimalama. During the 8 months of her imprisonment in her own palace and under the close surveillance of guards of the provisional government, everything was brought to her, was searched. Everything except the flowers, one of the few privileges that Liliuokalani had. Flowers were brought to her by Johnny Wilson, the son of Queen Liliuokalani's companion, Mrs. Evelyn Wilson. These flowers were secretly wrapped in newspapers that could inform Queen Liliuokalani of the events that surrounded her kingdom. It was frequent that she would receive flowers from this beautiful garden, Uluhaimalama. But one day, March 20th, a specific date, 1895, she recognized a certain species that grew at Pauakalani, her home in Hamohamo, Waikiki. She wrote this song as she was so inspired from her flowers that received from Pauakalani and dedicated this song, this classic song, to Johnny Wilson. We not only pay tribute this evening to the 120th anniversary of Uluhaimalama, the beauty of her home and garden at Pauakalani, but also a third garden, her place of refuge in her home in Kapaalama, which she named Mu'olaulani, innumerable royal buds. This was the place where she called home and where she welcomed many friends and visitors, entertaining them weekly on Thursdays, and the Royal Hawaiian Band performed there every Thursday. Her first garden was Pauakalani. Her second was at Mu'olaulani, and the third here at Uluhaimalama. Please enjoy this beautiful composition by our queen, as sung and played by our kumu, Robert Casimiro, with the hula artistry of Kumuhula Vicky Holt Takamine.
He mea nui ke aloha, ke hiki mai I o une, me he
I wanted to make sure we got to thank all of you for coming this evening to share in the celebration of 120 years of Uluhaimalama, this garden that she gave to her people because she loved us so much. And you know what? We loved her so much as well. I have to thank, first of all, the halal, because they work hard. It started off as bushes, and then it went to dust. And I have to thank the Office of Hawaiian Affairs for giving us a $20,000 grant. $14,000 was just for the water meter. What? And we dug the trenches, and once the sprinkler system was in, we started planting the plants. And we started in 2005 because our halal was opened in 2004. And that lady you saw over here dancing, that beautiful lady, she's the one who's responsible for us doing community work, because she makes me cry every time I look at her. But she told us that it's our kuleana as cultural practitioners to take care and try to do it with something that is important in your aupua. So we're so lucky that Uluhaimalama was just down the road from the halal. I don't know how that worked out, but it worked out really good. So thanks, Vicky, for making that point. And she does make that point to everyone, actually. So with that, I'm going to do a kahiko dance first with the guys. And this was written for our queen. And then 5 of our ladies will then come out to do for you the song that we wrote for this garden called Uluhaimalama.
This mele, Anniversary of Uluhaimalama, was written by us just because we felt we needed a beautiful song for Uluhaimalama, but came to find out later on that in Bishop Museum there were two mele that were written for Uluhaimalama. So there is a section in here where we take the words from that, and it says, Ilaila ku'upu ku'uhia ai, ika uluvehi vehi o paua, huia ena ala me ke o nauna, ile nohu no e kalani. For there, my thoughts surged to this lushness of pauoa, and all of the fragrances come together as a lei for you, Lili'u. Nani vale Uluhaimalama ki hele bua uluvehi vehi mauia ina
Aloha.
Aloha.
I get it now. Pauokalani, Mu'ulaulani, and Uluhaimalama. And I must say, I don't know where Robert went, but in his vast inventory of beautiful mele, I will say that Mu'ulaulani is my favorite song. Ka'ena, forget it. Uluhaimalama, yeah, that's beautiful too. I have prepared text because Kumu Baker asked me to come and share a little bit about the political side of this evening. And you cannot speak to Lili'u o Kalani without speaking politically. She was our queen and continues to be. But I'm going to preempt some of that by asking a colleague of mine from the Hawaii State Senate to come. We have a special presentation to make to the Kumu and to thank them for their good works here at Uluhaimalama. And if there ever was anyone in the State Senate of our Hawaii that I would consider that has the spirit of Lili'u, it's Senator Susie Chan Oakland. She has the chairmanship of our Human Services Committee, and she cries at the drop of a hat. But I'd like to ask her to come. Come, Susie. And let's present, come. I know we didn't want to do this, but come. Let's present this to the Kulu, okay? And say a few words. I'll lower the mic.
The mele and the hula just says everything, so I really don't want to spoil all of that. I think our queen, with her grace and beauty and all that she's done for the people, it's a very special night, and we would like to honor her in this way. Aloha, everyone.
Okay. That wasn't planned, but it was beautiful nonetheless. As the fifth and final speaker this evening, I have listened and I've learned. There was so much to learn over this very short amount of time. And now we look forward to the future of Uluhaimalama as a symbol, as a role model and a role player in our incredible journey to a modern day Lahui. Now, Kumu has asked me to touch briefly on, and with a very broad brush, on the concept of nation building here. And I tried to channel Lili'u as best as I possibly could. But I know that what I share with you tonight she'd appreciate as well. Nation building, the process of constructing or structuring a national identity, if you will, and it includes a broad process of through which nations come into being. Yeah. Nation building aims at the unification, and in our case, the reunification of the people within a specific governance model, which has yet to be determined, so that it remains politically viable and stable in the long run. Now, early conceptions of nation defined it as a people who shared a history, shared traditions, shared culture, sometimes religion, most definitely language. This is our common national identity, and nation building is the shaping of that identity. There are two very different schools of thought as far as nation building is concerned. One is the intervention action that was done against Lili'u. The second sees nation building as an indigenous process, which is what we're going through right now. One observation is clear. Throughout history, governments, whether it be a democracy or a monarchy or a republic or an aristocracy or a dictatorship, for whatever reason, changes. But nations or a national identity always remain. Bear that in mind. Today, the word nation is often synonymously used with the term state, but a state is more properly the governmental apparatus by which a nation rules itself. This rule book is called the Constitution, and hopefully one day soon we'll convene a constitutional convention that will ultimately provide the national rules for our nation. Nation building, and many of you will love this part of it, includes the creation of national regalia, such as the national flag, national colors, the coat of arms, emblems, the seal, national mottos, and of course, national anthems. While we reorganize our Native Hawaiian governing entity, I want to emphasize for a moment the importance of Native Hawaiian political strength in the existing government apparatus, the state of Hawaii. I'm up here to speak to the legacy of Lili'uokalani in this current government. And Vicky, you know what I'm talking about. As a Native Hawaiian elected official, I know the value of organized numbers in Hawaiian politics and Hawaii politics. And our ability to organize significant numbers as Hawaiians, I dare say, is suspect. But we, 125,000 strong, however you want to put it, have decided that we want to engage. The political possibilities are mind-boggling with this type of numbers in our world. Susie knows what I'm talking about. Political observers are standing by to see if we can mobilize the role for several things. One is, of course, to raise our nation. Secondly, are we skillful enough as Hawaiians to be able to transfer that strength into state politics? I'm one of, at this particular point, 5 Native Hawaiian senators. We have 25 senators. Sure, it would be nice to run the table. Native Hawaiian interests generally are put into somewhat of a B bracket status, you know. And I'm telling you the real deal. But I subscribe to the notion that what is good for the Native Hawaiian is good for all of Hawaii. And with due respect to Native academia, to think that we will reason our way to political viability through academic exercise is both naive and unrealistic. People like me in government do not ignore significant numbers with political will. Not simply loud voices, but an organized community with one singular voice. Now, enough of my political soapbox. I look at the garden and I see a nation. A garden that survived political and emotional turmoil created by the events leading up and beyond the overthrow. And we do know through the stories that during this fear-filled time, our queen needed to reassure and provide signs of hope to us. And that is why she gave this aina to us. 120 years ago today, there was a planting. With each planting, chants were intoned and our connection with the aina was affirmed. Let's fast forward to 1917. In the wake of the emotion evoked upon the Queen's death, representatives of the US government, in an effort to quell any lasting support for the monarchy, uprooted the plantings here at Uluhaimalama. And they turned it into a cemetery. What they didn't realize was that it became even more sacred for us because our kupuna was here now. And they were growing with the plantings. Here at Uluhaimalama, we can never forget what the Queen did for us. As we Hawaiians of today continue to evolve, the garden stands as a powerful symbol of hope and pride in our culture, the belief in the vital principle of pono, that what is good, right, and just will prevail, and that the nation will rise again. The Hawaiian nation will blossom, mohala, in a righteous way, in a pono way. As we gaze upon Uluhaimalama, new and continued growth has ultimately prevailed and in a righteous way. Mohala pono is what we see. Mohala pono is what we feel. Mohala pono e, the poem and mele, is a call for unity. It is an anthem, a national anthem for the Lahui. Eo imo e Hawaii. Eo kalahui o Hawaii. We call to you, Hawaii, as a people and a nation. Go forward. Eo e kulaiwi nei. We call out to you, the native people. Ke ea o Hawaii nei. Life to our Hawaii. He vai vai nui kalokahi. Unity is our most precious possession. Malama ke kahi I ke kahi. We must care for one another. We call out to you, the native people, Eo, e kula iwi nei. Life to our Hawaii. Eo, ke ea o Hawaii nei. Let us grow together in a righteous way. Eo, mohala pono e. Mahalo.
Thanks, Senator.
Thank you, brother.
Our last number that we will do this evening is called Mohala Ponoe, and this song was actually written by our Senator, Brickwood Galataria. And when I first heard it, and of course the beautiful Natalie Ai recorded it, when I first heard it, it hit me right here in my heart. And I feel that this is he wrote a modern day Kaulana Napua. It is that powerful when you listen to the simplicity of the words.